Hey nerds. Oop, get that wheel out of here. Shoo, hollow wheel. It's a little jiggly, but unfortunately, I don't think I can fix that. Please let me know. The sounds are super quiet for me. Please let me know if you need me to crank them up. Hello, hello. I'm back. Fatal Frame 2 looks weird. I don't even own that one, so we're definitely not playing it. Yeah, very quiet, right? Let's see what we can do. Because that's not obnoxious at all. How's that sound? Let me know if it's any better, or if you need me to keep cranking it up. I'll gladly do so. I like how you're all like salty at each other, even though most of you re-rolled perfectly good games. And somehow I have to do this one now. How's it sound? Good, bad, in between? Sounds decent. I can keep turning it up. I have a little more of a way I can go with it, but also expect 3 streams of this at least. Well, as Rain was handing me the controller, he said, just so you know, there's no saves. Good luck, bye. Or checkpoints. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna give it my best try. Yeah. I've only played the SNES sequel to this game. Well, I may have gotten that one too. Anyway, it'd be better to play this on Switch with save states. But that is not my brand. Is it? No, suffering only.
One death and we switch to Symphony of the Night?
Sure. Oh god. Oh, ooh. Hey. From too much story to none. Oh my. Okay, so I have a jump. I have a throw. I have a crouch. Whoa, these zombies are fast. Can I touch things? No. Alright, this isn't too horrendous yet. What's that? A knife? Do I have an unlimited number of throws? Yes, but there is a timer. That's a little concerning. Third. Ladder? Oh, hello. Plant. Oops. Oh, my pants. Okay. Is it like a beehive? Oh, that doesn't give me armor back at all, huh? Wonder how I get armor back. I'm such a skinny man. Ooh, wait, do I want that? Isn't this
Good
what I
news,
started with?
everyone. It's not Friday the 13th Redux, hopefully.
Hopefully, we'll see. It's very similar in that all I can really do is whoa! All I can really do is run and throw something directly. I didn't make it very far, did I? Hey, Susventiras! Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you like the VODs. Is that just points? Points never matter in these. Do I have lives? 1 up. The font is horrendous. This is certainly an NES game, huh? The music is very arcadey. Is that bird gonna come up here? No. Oh, I fell very far. Some zombies are fast. I have to jump over the light-colored graves. There was a scary guy here. Ew. Oh, I don't like you. Go away. What the fuck? Hey! My pants! Jerk. Alright, let's see. Oh no, my worst nightmare. Watery stuff. Falling to die. make it anywhere? No. I think the plot is to kill demons. Yeah, I think demons stole girlfriends, now must get girlfriend. Or princess, perhaps, because I'm a knight of sorts. You killed the pants-stealing demon? Oh, that's awesome. Is that his real... Uh-oh. Shit. Nope. Is that his real name? I looked away and I died. This is my own fault. Now, am I dead for real? Game over. So you get 3 tries and that's it? Red armor? If you think about it, it's the same plot as Fatal Frame, just reverse gender. Hey, Nudge Sparrow. Wait, there's a continue. Continue. Well, I guess it didn't get anywhere, so that doesn't really matter, does it? I don't think it does. Only 6 stages, how hard could it be? This is gonna be Castlevania all over again. It's gonna take me 1,000 billion years. He spawned under me, that's not fair. I wonder how I get my clothes back. I don't understand why enemies drop armor if it's not armor. I don't...
Redarimmer not be confused with Redarimmer RRR.
Thank you, Austin. This is basically strip spooky arcade game. Oh, because I'm taking my clothes off. But not of my own volition, which is a little weird. It's gonna get rough. I mean, I've got to figure out how to put my clothes back on. I think that's gonna be the biggest issue for me. Is learning how to get dressed. I've never been a knight before. It's hard, I'm sure. To wear clothes and whatnot. Clothes are overrated? Disagree. I like clothes. They're pretty cool. I don't know if this little knife I have is better or not. It doesn't seem better. It seems exactly the same. Where's that spooky guy? I saw you. Ha, fuck you. Alright. Let's see if I can get a little further this time. Hop. I can't really control myself in the air super well, but I kinda can turn around and stuff. Oh, hi. Oh, fuck. Whatever. I deserve it. What is happening? There's like weird spawning and unspawning? What the hell? Can there only be a certain number? It might be despawning them because there's too many. I want clothes! Ooh, what's that? Oh. I am not a fan of... It pooped on me. Ghosts aren't allowed to poop. Look, I made it a small distance. Yay! Yeah, very rude. I'm not a fan of ghost poop. Alright, that's not bad. Don't really understand these things. See, they're despawning. I think there can only be a number of things on the screen at once, which I should be able to fuck with. Maybe a little. I don't like these! Now, if I hit continue, can I keep going from where I was? Yes. Okay, so there are checkpoints then. Maybe ghosts wouldn't be so ornery if you allowed them to poop once in a while. You getting nervous at my jumps? Me too, friend. Me too. My jumps aren't good, I can tell. Am I crouching? Why did I do that? Go away. Alright, now there's gonna be a mean spooky ghost. Or not. There it is. Don't poop on me. Cheat! Whoa! That cheated. It spawned. Oh no, spooky burritos. They do look like spooky burritos. Thrown into the river like Fatal Frame. I like the music. It's catchy. So more ghosts. Yeah, there can only be a number of ghosts at once, it seems. Yeah. I have a feeling this is going to be a game that cheats a lot. But Castlevania kind of taught me a little bit about this type of thing, where everything has a pattern, right? Because it's pretty simple code. I can't stop crouching! It can go below where I can hit? I hope you like the music, because it never changes. What? You think I'll never beat this? Nope. You're probably right, but still, you don't have to say it. Castlevania at least spawns the enemies on the edge of the screen, not in your face. I think it did spawn something in my face a couple times. Literally 2D Dark Souls. Don't you mean Dark Souls is 2D this? No one beats this? Well, that can't be true. Someone has to have beaten it. That's not true. I've beaten this once after many hours of rage. Oh, interesting. My issue is he doesn't stand up very quickly, which is a bit difficult. The SNES sequel is much better. Well, I'll never get to play it if I can't beat this one, so that's a bummer for all of you. It's gonna poop on me! It's harder to stand up quickly while wearing full plate. That's fair. That's fair. I feel like if I was to stand up, I would do better if I was only wearing my underwear. Maybe. At least that seems to be the logic of this small man. What's my name? Who am I? Wait, isn't this guy in Smash? Or am I hallucinating? Wait a second. Doesn't that... I think I know what the red guy is. He's the guy who moves the stage around, right? In Smash? Sir dines a lot? What? Oh. Stop jumping. Nobody beats this game. Well, I got a key, so suck on that. I guess. One! Yay! That only took a small amount of time. I'm sure it doesn't get ridiculously hard. Oh no. What the fuck are those? They're so little! Okay. Ooh. Oh, okay. Thanks for booping me up, sir. I still don't know how to get more armor, which is a bit of an issue, I feel. No, no, no! Love your game choices. Oh, thank you. You just killed a unicorn? I did not. I don't know. It's letting... Is it... It feels like it's giving me a lot of continues. Maybe there are checkpoints. Unless it's just that I can't save, right? So is it... It might be like Castlevania in that I can't turn the system off. Which is very possible, I suppose. Okay, well, that's a good start. Where'd it go? Small man. Oh! Oh, hey, Saren. Where does he keep all those spears and knives? Oh, you know, his spear and knife pocket. Don't you have one? I do. It's, he's got a fanny pack. Blah, 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 blah. Why am I even going for this? Do I even need points? Probably not if I just can continue. Stop that. I'm inside of it! I was inside of it. There's no save in this game though. Zelda was the only game that at the time really had a save in Final Fantasy. But it's letting me have checkpoints, which is okay. I can work with that. I worked with that in Castlevania. Alright, what if we just keep going? Stay away from me. Oh, you horrible little gremlins. I don't even know what you are. They seem to move like old screensaver stuff. Just like ricocheting around at whatever speed they want. Manuel calls that boss the end of stage 1 a unicorn? That big man was a unicorn? That big man was a unicorn? Really? Interesting. I've never seen such a unicorn. Then again. Speaking of, I feel this body dying around me. I'm old now, so I don't get to see unicorns. It's not how it works. We watched the last unicorn together, you guys know. Okay. What's that? Nothing. It literally didn't do anything. Please. Stop it. I don't know how to get down. Oh, there we go. I had no way of knowing that was gonna fall. Nothing has fallen yet. The manual for this game is amazingly wonky. Good. What the? You shouldn't be able to hit me in a place where I can't go. Oh, there's a platform down here. Interesting. Okay, so this falls. 130-year-old games pull Kaizo Mario on you. The most brutal game ever made? That can't be true. That can't be true. If it was the most brutal game ever made, I wouldn't even be able to beat the first part, right? But I'm already on stage whatever. Not the first part. Ah! I don't. Bigger jumps! Is anyone counting continues to see how many quarters this would take me to beat? Joke's on you. I have infinite quarters. And the game can't stop me. Sometimes a game's difficulty ramps up as you play. Nuh-uh. What do you mean, Joe? Wait, I can't... No, I haven't been able to run this whole time. That would have been very upsetting. Oh. Were arcades pay to win? Depends. Maybe. Played the PAL version? Fuck. Hold on. Let me die. Were there versions of this without continues? I don't remember having any. I mean, I seem to have unlimited continues, so. Arcades were pay to lose? Shit. 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 Okay, I'm naked. That's fine. I wonder... Oh. It's fine. It'll be fine. Arcade machines were considered gambling here for some strange reason, so I never got to try them out. Oh, that's sad. That's a real bummer. Naked and Afraid? This is like Naked and Afraid. They need to let me bring my one item. Do I bring a bow drill or machete? Why did I do that? I was asking to lose my fucking clothes. There's gotta be a way to do this that doesn't result in me falling to my death. I don't really care about the hits. If I don't figure out how to do this jump, I'm never gonna be able to beat it, right? Right. They were not allowed around children. Arcade machines? The cover of the manual for this game features a sci-fi duel with pistols? What the hell? What is this? Did they accidentally do it for the wrong game? Wait, that says Captain Commando. What are we talking about? I think that's something very different. Will there be a Halloween special? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I think it depends on where we are playing what game. If you know what I mean. Oh, well. Apparently that character was generic Capcom mascot. Oh! I want to see one episode of Naked and Afraid where they actually built something impressive, but it's always miserable. Not always, but yeah, most of the time. I just think it's funny when a dude joins and he's a big asshole to the lady he's with. And then he like goes home on day 2 because he got a chilly cold. I have a fever of 98.9. I gotta go home. I got a boo-boo on my knee. Oh, that was so close! Who are we mocking? There are a lot of rude people on Naked and Afraid who are very, very mean and sexist to their companions. And then they like go home immediately. Almost every time someone is like that. Because they like stepped on a sharp rock or got tummy ache from not being able to eat meat. And I'm making fun of them. Because that's what you get for being a rude jerk. And then the lady stays the whole fucking time all by herself. Urgh! How was that not the jump? Hey, Hotbot. Hey, Raccoon Dog. Naked and Afraid is very fun. I mean, it's also miserable, but it's quite fun. Enjoying the teasing, it just seemed uncharacteristic. Some episodes of that show are just, oh. You didn't make the erg sound loud enough? My bad. Don't worry, I'll get to 2. We'll get there. We'll at least get to 2. See, that's my issue. The fact that he can skim along the floor feels like cheating to me. Oh, well, I deserve that. Hot dogs for the hot dog throne? Give me your hot dogs. It's fine. There's no saves, but there's continues. That's all I care about. Continues and checkpoints. Oh, glory to hot dog. Why can't he swim if he's in his underwear? You know, because his underwear are made of lead. Son of a bitch. Old lead underpants. Put me further, put me further, put me further. That looks like a checkpoint that I hit. Queen of jumps. Did it work? Oh, hell yeah. Never have to do that again. See, I told you guys I'm gonna be fine at this. Not good, but fine. I did it again. I went into the little wall divot. Ghosts come out of the walls. We're fine with that, I'm sure. I would really like to play a game with no ghosts. I don't want any more ghosts. I've had enough. No ghosts. Oh, there's like ogre-y. Ooh! You've got a lot of health. Okay. Jeez. Oh. Free Play Arcade. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Don't mind me. I'm just taking a nice celebratory break from playing Fatal Frame, beating Fatal Frame, And now we're playing Goose and Goblins. What? The bird didn't come. Shit, shit. As the wheel has demanded, we now play this for all of your viewing pleasure. Hopefully this is a good palate cleanse despite the blistering difficulty. This isn't scary. I'm so happy right now because I'm not playing something scary. Oh, thank you. I hope you had a good stream. Sometimes there's a bunch and sometimes there's none. There's an awful lot of moose in that wheel. What? Hmm? Apparently died to a big man who loves their tattoo. Hold on, I've got to look at him. Big man. Oh. Okay, he's kind of cute, actually. Gooses and goblins, mooses. See, they go really low, and it kind of messes me up. I'm also not good at jumping at all yet. Alright, so there's gonna be a dude who's gonna throw a thing at me. They throw down as well. Oh, okay. Oh. Can I not go through? Okay. Which means they can't either. Hi, but oh god, they can throw through the thing! Okay, we're learning very slowly. Big man costume when? What? Where do you think that I would get that? Deathstorm would rather have her play this rather than an actual good game like Castlevania Symphony of the Night or Resident Evil. Yeah, but if I beat this game, another game unlocks. Did I tell you guys that? That the wheel, as it progresses, has unlockables as if it were a video game of its own. I'm gonna let that happen. What's the next game? I don't know. The wheel decides. I choose nothing this month. Ow, bird. Hold on, I'm dying. Dad, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Uncommon Soul, thank you so much for the host. Thank you, friend. He tried to poop on me. Ooh. Oh no, can you? I also have a time limit I have to worry about. Hey, bud. I have to get him away from the ladder. Can you drop them on the ladder? I can't tell. Oh, there's one above me! There was one above me. The wheel was the game all along? It was. Does it unlock a second appearance of 17th of the Night? No, but I was thinking about, I can add weighted things to the wheel, and I thought that might be funny. But we'll see. Wait, no, because he's gonna drop stuff on me. Oh, it goes all the way down. I deserve this. You can't drop from ladder, you climb both ways. Yeah, the wheel decides. What? Rain doesn't decide. I'm surprised how fast you're cruising through this. See? I can games. Doing that seems to make them come out less, which I'm a-okay with. Right, can't shoot if you're on the ladder. Okay. Bird? I deserve this. My bones will live in that river forever. Trying to play this game too and I already gave up. This game is extremely unfair. No, don't give up, bees. I'm actually where you are right now, but I don't think I'm going to continue. This game is unfair. It's not bad yet. Yet. Thinking of using the old Tony Stony trick on the wheel? I don't know what that means. Why did the bird come back? Shit. Okay, well that's just cheating. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no. Okay, well. It's hesitation. The game takes advantage of your hesitation. What I need to do is be confident. Confident about my Wait a second. I wonder if I'm gonna go fight that big demon, or if it's just Dracula. Maybe this is just another Castlevania game. Which seems very likely to me. I like that when I hit him, it goes honk, 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 honk. It's totally pleasant to my ears. Didn't play Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people? I don't think so. I played a Trogdor game. I played the Go North, South, East, or Dennis one. I played the one where you're the anime character. I think those are the only ones that existed. Shit. When I was... Shit. Bird? Of course there's another out there. It was like the worst part of the bird cycle. I was almost going to answer that, but I thought, wait, rhetorical blind, and I stopped. Thank you. Dennis is always the correct direction, even when it isn't. If I remember correctly, Capcom had a different company develop this port, as they did not yet, have a division making console games. That's really cool. I did not know that. I saw you. No, you don't. You really can't stop hitting them. Like, not for a second. Did I just despawn? That's interesting. Oh, shit. Oh, no, because there's one over there. I think this is the safest way up. Just gotta hit them fast enough to make it so they can't throw anything at you. And then dodge the birds. I can figure this out. Another issue is the time. I don't know how tight it is yet. What is that? Fire? Oh. Don't touch me! Oh my god. Okay, it's like a little arc. Got it. I don't know if it's better, though. It does seem to leave a little puddle on the ground. The arc is pretty good. What? Oh! I almost didn't see that bird at all. That wasn't fair because I had already jumped, and so oh my god, I'm back at the start of it. I think it's kind of cool how the map works. Like, you can actually see the layout of it. Oh, I get to keep the weird fire. It's just like the holy water. This is just Castlevania. Alright, I can do this. I can do this. Oh my god. Even though it takes me 10 years to do this part. I didn't deserve that. Hey, bud. Okay. Kill killed by a ghost. It's fitting because I've been dying to a lot of ghosts today. It's Halloween month. You're supposed to die to a couple ghosts, you know? Come over here. Ooh, okay. It doesn't look like the fire hurts me either, which is pretty cool. You're a bit of an issue. Yeah, you're getting stuck on me. So they... Oh, what a pain in the ass. I needed to get him to walk this way. I suppose I could despawn you. He's not getting despawn though. Excuse me, sir. There we go. You're ruining my shit. You did ruin my shit! Capcom Sylvania. Anyone that can beat this game is impressive to me. I can get to the second to last room and then die in the arcade version. Oh no. I missed a tease. Penrose! Can't see you. Hey, sit up. Let me look in your eyes while I make fun of you. Higher. I still can't see you. Up. You! Oh, he's so cute. You've never beaten this game, correct? I will beat this, and I will shame you. I will put you to shame. How could you ever give up? Give upper. Okay, there you go. Hey, very nondescript. This is Goose and Goblins. Wait a second. Why did it put me... Wasn't I... This will be a long night. Haha! I beat it on emulator with save states. That doesn't count. I mean, it does count. I shouldn't say that. If any of you beat this with save states, you're not any lesser than somebody who beat it on the original version. I promise. You got your money's worth. Good. Don't let anybody fucking shame you the way that I was trying to pretend to shame you. You beat the video game, you fucking beat it. Besides, Nintendo is the one who fucking put the save states in the new versions. They know. They know. And they want you to not suffer. Because they looked back and said, wow, this was pretty mean of us. Maybe we should be a little nicer. And so, everything you're doing is legit. I deserve this death! That was so stupid. I got too close. That ogre man is trying to poop on you? The ghost pooped on me too. I think all the enemies want to poop on me. Pretty sure that's against the TOS. I should tell the ghosts and then maybe they'll stop. Twitch doesn't allow you to do the thing you're doing. Go away. I like that I get to keep my weird bouquet of flowers that I'm tossing. There was a moment there where I couldn't throw. And that's what made me lose my stuff to him. Because I couldn't jump either. That's interesting. I wonder why it ate my input. No, I deserve to die. Nintendo being nicer. Something needs to show Karkalla the "you cannot beat us" European Nintendo commercials that will really scare her. Whoa. Looks like roses. Right? It's like a whole bouquet of roses. And they're just growing into bigger ones. Ow. Okay. I don't really like those little demons. I don't know why it keeps letting me grab that ledge, but I'll take it. Oh. That's why. You can't be hitting the throw button and the jump button at the same time, because if you do, it'll eat the second input. Okay, so that's what makes it hard. The fact that if something happens last minute, you can't do anything, so you need to know what the enemies are doing, I think? Or not be jumping willy-nilly or throwing willy-nilly. Yeah, maybe that's it. I almost didn't see those. Bird? Oh, they touched me! I didn't think they touched me. I thought they'd go like right through. putting on the tastiest of controller defiance. I really thought that you'd have 1, 2, 3. You have to go back to the start. The fact that I'm getting checkpoints is like way better than I was expecting. That's a lot of lava, isn't it? 78%. 70% hot dog? I'm gonna just try that costume on. And come up with something else. I don't know, I think doing a community challenge was quite fun. This was our first one, so it was, I don't know, it was really exciting for me to plan and set up. But I'm a big goober, and this is all I like to, what? Think about. Interesting. Right, so if I get hit, it boops me up to the stage above. He's an issue, because he hangs around there. Speedrun strat. I looked at chat, it's my fault. Hey Damien! Back to watch me get dunked in this game. Hey, I'm doing fine, thank you very much. I'm halfway through stage 1 point something. Can't believe I just let this happen to me. Come to think of it, I don't think the manual says Arthur anywhere. I think you're just Knight. Oh, that's what my character's name is. Arthur, right. He is a Smash character, right? Or am I thinking of a trophy, an assist trophy? I think he used to be an assist trophy. I don't really play Smash, so don't remember. Marvel 3? Oh! Okay, that makes more toes. That makes more sense. This game borrowed him from Smash. Didn't notice you hit your sub goal. Congrats. Oh, thank you. Is something going to happen? Yes. So, when October is over, we're going to be playing A Link to the Past randomizer with crowd control, which means you guys can make it harder or easier for me and ruin my life as much as you want. That'd be really fun. But that was our 350 goal. Why didn't it kill the bird? Want to make it easier or balance it out? Instant death before last hit on boss comes to mind. Yes, so you apparently can turn that off, but one of the things that you guys can like do to me in that game is if I'm like going in to fight a boss, you can donate to be like, no, you die. And then I just die at the entrance and have to go back out. You can also take items from me. You can give items, etc., etc. It's gonna be really exciting. I'm super pumped for it. I've never done a randomizer of that game, but it is like my childhood game. And I've watched lots of randomizers of it, so it'll be really fun to do one for myself for once. I'm probably gonna be terrible, but I'm gonna try to grab like a beginner's one. Good thing you're using an emulator for this, right? Haha, haha. I'm not. Actually, we kind of bought this a couple weeks ago, and we forgot to test to make sure it worked. So when we were setting it up right after Fatal Frame, Rain looked at me and was like, well, I hope it works. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, we never tested the cart. Oops. But it works. It's fine. Phoenix Wright is awesome in both his games and Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah. I want to play those games. Will there be a Discord discussion about the randomization rule set before you generate your ROM, or will you and Rain do it in secret? That's a good question. I don't know yet. I think what I'm probably going to do, there's A Link to the Past randomizer Reddit, and they have like specific seeds that are rated on difficulty. So I think what I'll do is provide the seed information to you guys. I mean, I'll give it to Rain probably, and then he'll put it in Spoil City or something. So if you want to know, you can know. But we'll see. I have to make sure that we can figure it out properly. Now that's spooky. Lots of spooky stuff this month. I don't like these stupid ghosts. Oh no. Oh god, I'm stuck. Oh, blip, blip, blip. Remember when I was doing well like 5 minutes ago? There's co-op randomizers too. That's true. That's very neat. I found out that apparently you can use original hardware to do some of the randomizer stuff, but it is interesting. Like, I think you can buy a modded cart and put it in your SNES, so you're playing on like original stuff, but the cart is specifically for Zelda randomizers. I turned around, I deserve to die. For audio alone, I'd recommend going the SNES route rather than Genesis if you want to continue the series. With Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I like randomizer Zelda Metroid mashups. See, I've never played a Metroid though, so I can't understand those ones. But I have the SNES one. I feel like these fucking assholes are harder now that I have the fiery thing. They were easier before. Use an SD to SNES and connect the USB cable to it. I don't know what that is. You can buy a flash cart? Yeah. I think that's what most of the people who speedrun randomizers on ladder do. Hold on. That wasn't fair. Chat likes to point out, yeah. Maybe try not to do that. I pressed the throw the stupid fire button and it didn't work. If wanting to go through the whole series, you gotta play Ghouls and Ghosts. But I almost think Genesis isn't the only thing it was ported to. Wait. Yeah, it's SNES, right? I have that one. Game Boy Advanced arranged blur blur blur. Multi-World Super Metroid Zelda 3 is fun. It's so weird hearing someone call it Zelda 3. I feel like I haven't seen it called that since advertisements. Like super old ones. Why would he throw it again? Ghouls and Ghosts and Super Ghouls and Ghosts are different games. The Super makes all the difference. Oh. That's very confusing. I didn't deserve that. SMZ3. Is my time pausing when I do that? is. That bird just flew over me. I did not see the bird at all. I'm dead. I got stuck on the ladder again. Consistently see A Link to the Past, but occasionally Z3. I can understand it in a bigger abbreviation. It just feels really weird to call it that. There's like a glare in my glasses. It's driving me nuts. So every time I move, there's like something across my face. So I have 2.5 minutes. I was doing well. I don't really know what just happened there. Oh, also, my monitor just like now my computer thinks I only have one monitor, which means we're not gonna be playing anything else today. Hope I get good. Oof. Shit. So we need to get across. That's so unfair. I have to kill them. There's no way. No, the original version of the game's thing here. What if the original version of the game is the arcade version? Would that still mean the earliest port? It's not original version, it's original hardware, right? So, if there's a way for me to play the physical edition, fuck you, that all the, like, that everybody played as a kid, that's the experience I'm trying to go with. Oh, hey, Shiroyoni. Yeah, you missed the wheel spinning. So I'm not, like, I don't care that I'm playing the, like, oldest version. I want to play the game everybody else played when they were kids that I missed out on. So, like, this is the version of this game that the people I knew would have been playing. This is what I would have been playing if I had access to it, but I didn't. So that's what I'm looking for. Recreating missed out childhood stuff. Not, like, weird elitist, like, I want to play version 1.0, you know? I don't care about that at all. I just want to have a good time playing stuff that I missed out on. Because we did not have a very large games budget when I was a kid. For sure. Ah, that's the end of me. He almost died. He could have died. Maybe you should boot up this game too? All of you should. Play it along with me. Go ahead and lap my miserable self. I don't know how that didn't hit me. But yeah, it is much less to do with original version and more to do with the hardware we grew up with, if that makes sense. Why did you do nothing? Bird. I refuse to laugh. I know this pain, but I think you feel it worse than I do. I'm not in pain at all. I just came from a very scary game. I am happier today than I've been in a week. Cue to next stream. Karkalla is at an arcade with a bucket full of quarters in front of a Ghosts and Goblins arcade machine with Rain as her cameraman. Nah. That exists. It's called Game Center CX. Yay, Dull, play it too. Alright. I was doing fine. It's because I'm talking to you guys. Shh. No fun. Not ever. Bird? There's one on both sides again. That path doesn't work. I think going up and then going all the way over worked the best. Fun in 2020. Ha! True. We'll play too, but you're not allowed to complain if I get to death first. I can complain all I want. Used to rent this game a lot from the store called Slick Sam's back home. That's a fantastic name. Why didn't I do my thing, game? Does this mean Karkalla's Cacho? Do we need to get teal jumpsuit? No. I also don't need... I don't sweat when I'm whatevered. So, I don't need that either. Hey, Shadow Ninja! It is going well. We beat the scary game, and now we're playing the stupid game. Explain. Explain how that went through. Don't know if I ever met Sam. Really? We didn't have any video game places near me when I was a kid. We had like rental movie places, but until Blockbuster, I don't think you could rent movies games anywhere. And I never rented games. Not once did I ever rent a game. I don't know why. We just didn't do it. Birds! You are killing me! I touched the ladder and got stuck again. If it was a movie place, but they had games too, there was Slick Sam's and Bayou Video before Blockbuster. I think we had Galaxy Video and then... What was it? Movie Galaxy? I can't remember. I'll take it. Crouching seems to take care of the birds a little bit better. Or not. Oh no! Hollywood Video? Well, there was a chain. But the small one I went to, I think, was called Video Galaxy. And then Blockbuster destroyed everything. Before there was a Blockbuster, there was a Strawberries, which is where I used to get my CDs. And it was $13 for a CD. And when it became Blockbuster, they became $18 a CD. It was so expensive. Are the birds immune to fire? That doesn't make sense. When I got an NES for Christmas, when it came out, I didn't get a game besides the Mario that came with it. My parents actually rented a couple games and wrapped them up and put them under the tree. Oh. I worked at Blockbuster in 2007. Did you really, J-Logic? That's interesting. I know someone who worked at Blockbuster. It sounded like... not good, is what it sounded like. Not good. Extreme not goodness. It was something. I didn't turn around! Ooh! My first was a Game Boy with Tetris. Aww. Yeah, my first was technically Mario Paint, but A Link to the Past. With my SNES. I don't like that things can turn around. Chad, thank you so much for the host. Thank you, thank you. These birds are ruining my life. Oh, Yeah, sorry, you did miss the wheel. A lot of people miss the wheel. Guess we'll have to do another one. Malicelast, thank you for the host. Thank you, thank you. Sorry you have to play this. That's okay. It's fun. It's better than Fatal Frame. Let's hear that sound. That sound killed me. It wasn't my fault. Pretty envious for kids nowadays, starting with Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. Yeah, they're quite good to start with. I'll be ready for the next wheel. Good. Everyone be ready. It's probably not going to happen today. I'm going to beat this game, and you're all going to be like, wow, she's so good. We take back all the mean things we said about how she's never going to beat this game. Okay, I don't know why my mashing didn't work, but... Oh, okay. It's fine. We'd already lost. We had a Pokemon Snap kiosk there, too. At your first Blockbuster? And what? We used to bring a Dreamcast to play behind the counter? That's cool. Pokemon Snap is awesome. I wish there was more, not story, but I wish there was a more concise ending. Like, I wish it... I guess I've never completely beaten it. I know something happens with a certain Pokemon, but I'm trying not to spoil and I don't know why. We should play that. Do we have a max time limit on this game? How dare you? I'm gonna beat this. And you're all gonna be like I said before, with the nice things you said. What just happened to me? How close is she to beating the first stage? I already beat the first stage, god damn it! I already beat it. It's just at 0, and the 1 is the 1. I'm on stage 2. I already beat the first stage. Won't take this kind of slander. Bitch! If I move, I'm gonna die. I'm invincible right now. Oops. Leave me alone. Oops. I'm not cheating. I somehow stuck myself in my invincibility frames. I don't know why or how. Something to do with the ladder and getting hit. Next game will be 9. No, it'll be A Link to the Past. And then probably 9. Ghost, go away. No! Why does he get to throw? I'm not hard stuck. If you guys don't... I will end this stream right now. You guys have to be nice to me. If you're mean, I'll turn it off. No trolling, only niceness. Say positive things. It'll make your lives better, I promise. If you're nicer to other people. And if you have to say that shit, go and spoil Cemetery. Doesn't belong here. You can only be nice to me here. There's no rule in chat about being nice. There is! It's the #1 rule. The #1 rule here is be nice. You have to agree to it to click on chat, so nice try. Saying things like the tilt is rising is a part of that. I will ban all of you and turn this stream off and delete my account and be very sad all alone. And you'll all feel... I'll send a ghost after you. So you can feel my sadness. Take that. How's that for Halloween? Ooh. Rain, ban the next person who trolls me. Chad, thank you very much for the 5 bits of love. I'm giving you the last of my love bits. Thank you. That's what I want to see. Kindness. No birds. Is there a truck inside my house? Shit, shit. You know what? We're gonna go over here. The time to troll is now. Wrong! Who cares how many tries it takes to beat a fun, challenging game? Thank you! How nice to see kind people. Stalling gets you killed by birds. I don't think I was... I don't know. It's weird because it makes you... It makes you think that you avoided it, right? Because of the amount of time it takes when it's underneath and past you, so you're getting hit like when it's past you. Because I think my hurt box is a lot bigger than it seems. That or the bird's hitbox is bigger than it seems. It's something like that. It's hard to tell. Whoa, bud. See, like I didn't get hit by that one, but I got hit by another one that looked like it was doing the exact same pattern. So it's really hard for me to tell. I'm sure it's easy for somebody. Well, that's depressing. If you fuck it up at all, you die. It's part of the journey. Yeah. Glad you're playing a non-spooky game. Me too. I think what I learned from Fatal Frame is 2 things. 1, I'm not going back to Japan again. I can't anymore now. It's cursed. And 2, I really, really don't like scary games. It's nuts because I can recognize that it's a good game. It's so clever to have you have to look at the ghosts. That's so smart. It's so smart. And mean. And it was definitely scary, and the point of the game is to be scary, right? So it accomplished its... It accomplished its goal. I just don't like the feeling. I don't like feeling scared, and I don't understand people who do. I don't understand what about that feeling is like, I want to do that some more. I want to feel like I'm being murdered some more. I want my heart to race all the time. You know what happens to me when my heart is racing? It means I'm having an anxiety attack and I'm probably gonna throw up. Not cool. Adrenaline. It also happens at the dentist because they gotta like really... If I ever need work done, because I have the red hair gene, if you don't know about it, don't ask. But I need like 3 or 4 times the amount of normal shit to make me numb. And it sucks because then I like get this weird adrenaline spike, so my heart races. They have to give me like Gatorade. It's a whole thing. It's a mutant gene. I mean, it is. I'm basically an X-Man, alright? It's just my powers are bad. And unfortunate. The Phoenix gene? Yeah. I don't know what happened there. That bird definitely touched me multiple times. Anyway. The adrenaline feeling. I don't like it. I do get it when I'm about to beat a hard game, though. when we were finishing. But it's a different feeling. Like, scared is different than heart racing feeling to me. When we were doing that stupid glitched boss fight. Shit! We were doing the glitched boss fight in Suikoden 2. I had like crazy fast heartbeat. Can you show on the doll where the bird touched you? No, because I don't know. It would be like over here. It touched over here. And my character was like, ugh. A bird was near. I have to die now. Maybe he's afraid of birds. It's really unfortunate if that's the case. Don't touch my air, yeah. Yeah, the hitboxes are a mess. Live that life in the dentist. They have to pull out really expensive stuff so I don't feel it. Yes, me too. It's always a big thing. And like, whenever there's a new assistant in, they always try to give me the spiel of like, are you sure you need this much? And my doctor comes running in, or my dentist comes running in like, yes. Don't give her the spiel. Leave her alone. Thank you. Stupid red hair. It's a lot more annoyance than you'd think. People think they get to touch you. People get to comment on all the time. It makes your stupid numbness bad. Etc. Shit. No! Your dentist comes in like, fuck her up, fam. Basically, he's very cool. He's a sports dentist. Talking about her hair is a red herring. It's not even that red. Hey, Jadis. Yes, much less scary than Fatal Frame. Yeah. I think it's part of why it makes me salty when people dye their hair red and like lie about it. I've known like 2 people who lied about their natural hair color being red, and I'm like, fuck off. It's such a pain in the ass. Do you know how much I was bullied? Do you know how much shit I have to deal with that's random that nobody believes in until suddenly there's a stupid medical journal finally that tells all the dentists, hey, maybe you should be giving them more? Pisses me off. You should suffer like I had to. No, you shouldn't. That sucks. That's a shitty way of thinking, but I do get salty when people lie about having red hair. Googled it. That's fascinating. I never knew. Because why would you know? You know? Nobody talks about it. Shit. Why did I turn around? People with blue eyes are more sensitive to light. Yup, that's Rain. When we used to get really bad snow in Connecticut, he would walk outside and be completely blind. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with red hair stuff. There's also like a blood oxygen thing that they're trying to study right now. Oh, okay. Remember being amazed how blinding snow was in Boston? Oh, it was close! Oh. Beat level 1, you're catching up. I beat level 1 faster than you. However, this level is mean. Snow blindness is a thing? It absolutely is. I remember how amazing... Wait. Get asked all the time why I'm squinting when I'm outside. It's because it's so bright. Technically, I think my eyes are... hazel? They're a bunch of colors. It's a little weird. I'm sure it's not that weird. But I always have to put green on things. Because they're like a bunch of weird colors, if you look closely. And like rings? But I think that's what hazel is. I don't know. But it can be kind of hard to see outside in the snow too. Not nearly as bad as people with blue eyes, I think. Spent a long time grinding the weapon I wanted. Weapon? Don't want to be trapped with the torch like you. Well, I thought the torch was gonna be good. And apparently it's not. Ow. He died and killed me at the same time. Fun fact, snow blindness caused caribou to develop the ability to see the UV spectrum? It's interesting. Do you know that moose can dive? And they eat yummy leaves that they find in the bottom of lakes? Moose fact. Also, moose are way bigger than you'd think. When you see them in person, it's kind of scary. What the? I'm dead. Gah. They can see UV, so white wolves, urine on snow, etc. appears as black in the snow. Ooh. If a moose reaches the bottom of a sea, they can spot lichen on trees. Ooh. A moose once bit my sister? I feel like a moose bite would be horrible. Like a horse bite, but much worse. Leave me alone. I don't want any of you. Go away! Shit. I'm gonna get past this. I don't have red hair, but it's common in my family, and I get some stray red beard hairs when I don't shave. I usually need more painkiller at the dentist. You probably have the redhead gene. You should mention it to your dentist. My old dentist didn't believe me that it was a thing, and when I went to my new dentist here, who was less of a ridiculously horrible old person trying to trick people into giving them money for things they didn't need. And he immediately was like, he looked at me and was like, oh, do you have the redhead thing? Do you need more stuff? And I was like, I don't even have to tell you. This is the best day of my life. Can I just go backwards and kill myself? Yeah, he gets me. Well, just like the fact that I didn't have to argue. Because I even tried to bring out like a printed thing showing that it was real from a medical journal to my old dentist. And they didn't care. It really sucked. So I would never be numb when I was getting stuff done. And I would just like hold onto the chair really hard and cry. And then I found out that none of the things they were doing were even required. That was the whole thing. Until you mentioned on level 1, I forgot how sticky this darn duck is. Yes! What's the point of being an expert if you have to listen to the lay people? That's not how medical care works! Sounds like a Fatal Frame scene. A little bit. If your dentist doesn't listen to you, get a new dentist. That's what I learned. That goes for any medical care. That's like the best thing I ever did. Was realize that I didn't have to put up with that. You can find someone who will listen to you, and it doesn't mean that you're an idiot or you're wrong. That's in almost all cases. When people treat you like shit, you can find new people. There's so many new people. There's so many people in the world that are not going to be a big jerk. Level 2 defeated? What? Jolv's gonna lab me. Hold on, we gotta focus. I'm gonna beat this. Bird? I'll go this way instead. Get rid of this guy early. Where is he? That'll help. What about this guy? No! Uh-oh. It's like the people, okay. It's like the people who designed this game didn't think about the way that your movement would be when designing certain enemy things. So that instead of being like, all right, well, we'll make the jump be like this so you'll be able to jump in between, you know? We'll make sure it's like that so that the player can do X. It's like they were just like, I don't know, we'll have them throw 2. Whatever. They thought about it, they just wanted you to get salty. I don't know, it doesn't feel that way. I've gone through 3 dentists in the last 3 years, found a dentist in his 20s, and he's my savior. Good. I like how I'm providing a reason to focus instead of just talking to chat. I deserve a break. Fatal Frame is hard. Hey, Neko. Spent far too many quarters on this game. It's okay. I'm just spending psychic quarters that are gonna slowly hurt me in real life. Didn't turn around. Those thick boys act like they want to hug you. They don't. They run when they see you, but it's not for hugs. The folks who designed this game designed it for an arcade. They wanted you to spend a lot of money. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's not meant to be... It's not meant to be... what's the word for it? Like... Here's the optimal way to do it. It's not optimal at all. It's just we want you to lose. It's not, here are all the patterns, you can learn them, you can get through. There's a level of fairness. It seems to just be... Fuck 'em up, boys! That's how it feels to me. I could be wrong. I was wrong about Castlevania, but Castlevania was quite kind. And when I finally figured it out. It took a while, though. Not as bad as Gauntlet. We have Gauntlet now. It looks so weird. Oh, I just couldn't move for a bit. That's fun. Also, the controls are really, really inconsistent. I feel like a madman on the stream yelling about dolls. You kind of seem like one. Gauntlet, the game with the chicken. It's the black cart, right? It's like a weird third-party cart. We got it recently. I don't know why. Rain just, like, had it one day. It's like, I bought this for you. Thanks? I don't think I want it, is how I should respond, probably. Son of a... Oh, that's bad. I should have gone down, I think. I don't know if I would have been able to go over and down, though. Have you heard of a game series Toho? Yes, no thanks. I don't like bullet hells. With Gauntlet, you slowly lose health? What? It's terrifying. My sister and I played the hell out of Gauntlet on NES. I think he bought it for, like, a trash game day, but I'm not entirely sure. It was just suddenly here. Hey, bud. Oh, that was mean. Shit! Okay, that's not working either. I think if I kill that guy and then go over. My sister played the hell out of it. Gauntlet Legends on Dreamcast was the best one. I think we might have a Dreamcast, but we don't have any games for it. Yeah, everything tracks my movement once it's on me. It's really frustrating. Very frustrating. And sometimes I stun them when I'm hitting them, and sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes they can just put those out. And they're faster than me as well, and apparently that can hit me on the ladder while there. Gauntlet is an activity rather than a goal. Oh. The Red Devils on NES are way easier to deal with than the Red Devils on SNES. That's the flying guy from the beginning. Ooh, there's a new one. Interesting. It was great on PC, but then they changed the entire thing and they released it on console. Huh. Joust always confused me. Just looking at it was weird. I've never played it, but I know what it looks like. I feel like a lot of people could probably say the same. I'm like, oh, that one? The weird looking one? Get off me. Shit. I've got to get him over here. It's too late. I'm dead. It's so hard. He's got to be like all the way over there and not have moved too far. And then I have to get off of the ladder and not be on it at all because then I'll get stuck to it and I won't be able to attack. Never beat this game, but I only ever played the arcade version. I didn't come in it with $2,000 in quarters. I should, if we do beat it, what I should do is like go over my VOD and see how many times I had to do. I would have had to enter quarters in. No, I'm dead. Am I invincible like this? I am. That's very weird. I wonder if I can manipulate that somehow. No, it doesn't work. I have to be like in it. Vela Toget? Hello. Welcome. Ladder save? I mean, not really. I just need to be able to understand how to handle this, and I'll be able to do it. We'll see. Oh, okay. You're just gonna come over and touch me, huh? He threw one! Are save states used? No, because there's no save states on an NES. Thanks for following. Thank you, thank you. 80% raised. Hot dog day is coming. It is. If save states were used, it'd be impressive. I mean, they didn't exist yet, so I have no way of using them. That would have been nice, though. Save me some time. Oh, I'm dead. I think I was one hit away. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Too many times I find retro games being save stated, so I ask up right now. There's nothing wrong with save stating. I just... It's not a... It doesn't exist. Yeah, if I could magically make my NES do that. What I would really want is for the controls to be a little more consistent. I think that's what I would change about this game. There's clearly a lot of... there's a lot of stuff going on. And I think that... I can't tell if it's the way that I'm doing the inputs, which is possible. Because I know that it doesn't seem to like 2 inputs at once. So I don't know if it's me or if it's when certain things are happening on screen I can't do certain inputs, because that's kind of how it feels. Okay, no, I'm just gonna jump into him. We'll figure it out. Yeah, these big guys can take a lot of meatballs. A lot of meatballs. I should count. Oh dear. I deserve this. I don't know what I thought I was going to do. Meatballs is a good name for them. I was calling them roses because it looks like a big bouquet of roses that is exploding. Hey, Toothmaster. Oh, thank you. Still can't help but see flying enemies as Moogles. Octavia is snoring. I wish I could let you guys hear it, but if I touch her, she'll wake up. Oh, kitty cat snores. Close-up snore cam, please. The problem is if we did cat cam, I have no way to, like, I have to, like, physically hold the camera because there's nowhere for me to put it over there. I do want to make that a thing, though. I just don't have room in my current setup at all. Whoop. Need a small mobile mic? I mean, I have another camera. I don't have another mic, but... Is this fucker really gonna just not let me go? Nope. I'm stuck. What? Chat roles keep popping up for streams I've been in before. It's really annoying. Why is Twitch doing this? I don't know. I don't know. It could be if you have the site set to not save cookies. It could be if you're using an ad blocker. Most likely it's cookies. But it's probably the way your browser's set up. If you are watching in what's it called? Incognito mode, that'll make it pop up because of the lack of cookies. I'm saying cookies, by the way. It's more fun to make it long. Oh, what have I done? Cookies. Sounds better that way. Anyway, those are my guesses. Hopefully it helps. Probably won't. Everybody's computer's a little funky in its own way. I don't know why that bird spared me, but I'll take it. Oh, hello! Only been seeing first time chatting rules pops up. Yeah, it's probably a cookie thing. Oh, that was a new one. Hey, bud. Good. I'm not gonna go anywhere, am I? I feel like I'm getting worse at level 3. Hey, welcome to my level 2 friend. Case in point, I got pooped on by a big man. Hey, Tim. I need you to catch up so you can light a fire under me now. Well, your fire didn't work for me, so I'm trying. Shh. Shit. You can't jump into ladders, you have to touch them from the bottom. Oh, that sucks. You have a torch, maybe that's it's your fire that's not working? Ha ha, very funny. 1942, I don't know what that is. I mean, it's a year, clearly, but I don't know what the game is. Guess I have to get in on this? Yes, everyone should be playing at home. It's on, the music skipped. Did you hear that? It's on the Switch. It comes with the free, well, not technically free. If you have Switch Online stuff, Nintendo Internet, whatever. This is on the NES app that you can get for free with Nintendo Internet. Farts. Bad Moogle. No. I tried to walk away from the bird right into it. Kind of want to buy a Switch. Haven't... Wait, how do so many of you not have Switches? What? Okay, Lafo, you don't have to play it. The Switch is so good. I love my Switch. Speaking of Switch games, I've been meaning to start playing Animal Crossing again. Ugh. Hate the Joy-Cons. Get a Pro Controller. I love the Joy-Cons. They fit my hands so well. Xenoblade. Meh. I'm an old man. The children require feeding on a somewhat regular basis, so I do not own the Switch. Alright, that's fair. I hate my weird body. I'm all torso. I mean chest. I'm all chest, I should say. And little spider legs. Hate my weird body too. A lot of beard there. Maybe that's what's hiding his chestular region. Nintendo controllers have been horrible for generations. I disagree, but we can agree to disagree. What the fuck was that one? It's never done that before. Wanted one for my birthday, but everything with the virus happened and our Walmart had just run out. But they recently got some stock. Oh, good. I hope you'll be able to get one. Yeah, if you didn't have a Switch before COVID, it became incredibly hard to get one. Because everyone's stuck inside, and what better than to play indoor video games? Specifically, mostly Animal Crossing, I think. Oh, come on! I touched the stair. Got my Switch used off a friend. Oh. I'm gonna fucking make it to level 3. Prefer outdoor video games? Wow, what a nerd! Shit. Question, why does the "You Are Here" map marker look like Arthur's head on a pike? I think that's an arrow, friend. But you're right. I'm gonna have to look at it again. That's just not fair. Stupid bird. See, I can't throw as fast. Oh my god, it does look like his head on a pike. Huh. What if when you get to a certain spot and die, the enemies in that area, because you were there, take your head and put it on a pike, and we're just regenerating out of that head? Yuck. What? The controls are so fucking inconsistent, I'm losing my mind. I'm dead. His head on a pike is the correct aesthetic for this game. True. The number of times you need to hit them is just cruel. Considering it's like halfway through stage 2, I agree with you. Sir Arthur with his many heads. Yes. Haven't you heard the tale of Sir Arthur? The many-headed? Whoa, bro! Okay. Yeah, it's like, how many fucking hits was that? 10? You're not gonna do that. Oh. Sage tree literally looks like a giant wall. Eh? Oh yeah, it does. I mean, I laugh at most of y'all's really bad, shitty jokes. Really bad, terrible, bad, incredibly bad jokes. Not good. Bad and terrible. It's just too many hits. I can't even count because I have to do it so Well, that's bad. No, bird! Ugh. The controls are driving me crazy. The difference... committed jumping of Castlevania and the committed jumping of this are night and day. Yes. How much new special tech will we discover? I'm sure everything that I'm doing has been found already. And there's no way. Every time we find something that we're supposed to do, I've literally never been able to take advantage of it the way you're supposed to. Except in Castlevania when I did the thing with the holy water on the devil. Or not the devil. Jeez. I guess Dracula could be the devil. Wasn't Dracula created by the devil? Shit, I'm stuck again. Yeah, Castlevania feels 1,000 times better than this. Oh, shit. Oh my god, that's the one I need to... Oh, that's okay. I don't know how the bird didn't hit me because the hitboxes still don't make sense to me. Where the fuck is the bird's hurt box? I don't understand. I don't know where it is. That felt like bullshit to me. It should have died. I've resorted to abusing a glitch. How could you, Joel, if you've abandoned me? You're supposed to do it the hard way. The sad way. Birds are mean. 1986. I was not yet alive. Hey, Iran! Yeah, unfortunately this game was on the menu and somehow it got picked. The glitch lets you skip a single Red Devil. I've only seen one. What a jerk. He's just fucking following me around. I really hate that. Well, I'm dead now. Oh, 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 oh. God! Are birds worse than Medusa heads? Yes, because at least I can understand the Medusa heads. And like how to... Oh. How to get them. I 100% prefer Castlevania to this so far. If only you guys would have let me play Symphony of the Night, but no, you all hate me. I'm stuck. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Go down, you! That was so close. If we hated you, we'd have picked Silent Hill. Because that one's a spooky one? Alright, fine. I'm glad I'm not playing anything spooky. Do you prefer Breath of Fire? No. Remember, we'll never have fun again because of Breath of Fire. It ruined our lives. Fucking Rod 5. I'll never forget. Get the fuck away from here. Go over here. Come on. Good boy. To bird? Mmm. Oh, nope. Okay. Right. What a fun game. Oh, God! Breath of Fire ruined our lives in a lot of ways. Wish I was saving channel points for the hot dog challenge, but I should have dropped the wheel spin for you. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Well, now you've learned, and next time you will dump all your points into wheel spinning because you should have. Can we get a Rod 5 emote? But there is no Rod 5. You could just say it. It doesn't even have a picture. What if I just... No, that's nothing. I'm dead. Just a number 5. No. No, you cannot have that as an emote. Can we get a Mogu emote? No. No, you can't. In all fairness, the spin that selected this game was while the alarm was going off. No, the spin had already been entered. So when the timer goes off, I turn off the redemption for the... Neckawolf, thank you so much for resubbing. Thank you, thank you. Ahem. When the timer goes off, it means no more redemptions can be redeemed. So it was a totally legit spin. What were we gonna play if this hadn't happened? What was the spin before that? I don't remember. Considering just playing Castlevania instead now and letting you know I beat the boss, isn't that? No! How dare you? Spin before was Resident Evil. It's fine that we're playing this. That one's gonna be scary. I like not playing anything scary. I'm having a good time. You should be too. We're basically just killing a small man over and over. So the, well, I was gonna say the lesson from the last game is out the window, but there really was no lesson. It was sometimes you gotta be tortured for all eternity. Because there's demons. Not a good lesson, gotta say. Not a good lesson. Pretty bad lesson. Pretty mean game. You cheater! I was... So far, the only game that I really liked that we've played was Parasite Eve, which I thought was really cool. Cool and uncomfortable and interesting and made me feel smart, except about guns, of which I still know nothing. But Fatal Frame just made me feel scared. And concerned. Stupid brother. He was probably dead the whole time. Ah! And it was the... Oh god. The Last of Us Mafia is really giving... A really giving person. Why aren't you more like your brother, Miku? Type that before you died, you swear. It's fine. I believe you. Mitochondria was the main character. Change my mind. I won't change your mind, you're right. Our main character, Mitochondria. Mitochondria. Look, I solved the game. I'm gonna get through this and you're all gonna cheer. Uh-oh. Or not. It's because you haven't played Symphony of the Night yet. I can't, you guys just won't let me play it. Apparently everybody hates that video game. My middle name is Mitochondria. What about Mitochondria's brother? Mitochondrian? Not good. Bad. The lesson of social media ruins humanity. Social media didn't exist when the game came out. That doesn't make any sense. Nice try. Hiss dad jokes, hiss. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll beat this game. In my dreams. Probably. Actually, it's almost break time. I'm glad that I don't have to take a break to dance around my kitchen so I stop feeling like I'm gonna have a heart attack. Or maybe I will. Next year? Next year what? I would not wish this game on your dreams either. You'll beat this game? What, you think it'll take me a year? Or that we'll play it next year? I don't know if the wheel's coming back next year. We'll see. Depends on a lot of things. I did it. Go away, sir. No, the birds ruined it. Fucking birds. There's two up there. Crap. I'm not gonna have time to do all this. I'm like trying to full clear all these Goblins and I don't know why. Because I feel like if I don't, I'm just gonna die anyway. He cheated! He cheated! He cheated! He cheated! He got to throw! If the wheel does appear next year, may I suggest a less chaotic form of operation? No. If you do have an actual suggestion, I asked for them in the Discord, though. Tap out is possible. That's... yeah, it's possible, but we'll see. There's a cheat code for level start select. That feels like a spoiler, friend. Please don't share that information. Cheating isn't cheating if the game's cheating you. I mean, I can't can't do anything that I didn't figure out myself. So, no. Goblins, yeah. The OG Castlevania, so kinda. We beat the OG Castlevania. Did you figure out how to change games? That's what we did as kids. Shit. No, I never learned. Oh, hi! I'm dead. I think they might be respawning after a certain amount of time. But I can't tell. Because I'm so lost. I'm not tapping out. Let me ask this. Have any of you beaten this? The NES version. Without, like, cheating. I'm very curious. Did any of you beat this as a kid? No. Have not. No. Absolutely did not beat this game. Never even played it. Children aren't allowed to beat this game. I just got stuck. It's programmed into it that kids can't play or beat. This is the first time I've ever even heard of it. Oh, really? Interesting. The only reason that I knew about it, I think... Whoop, 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 whoop. Is because it was referenced in a lot of things, because of Smash, I think. Or maybe it wasn't Smash. I'm trying to remember. We're gonna beat 2 games today? Maybe. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom has it, but there's a bunch of, like, trophies and stuff, if I remember correctly, in Smash. Like, there's one where he comes out and he just, like, flails all around. It was in, like, the Wii one? Brawl, maybe? I think people used to talk about this game when I was in high school, though. I can't remember what context, though. And it was always assumed, like, that everyone should know what it was. And I remember being, like, very confused and not knowing. But it felt like you were supposed to say you knew, you know? It was one of those things where everyone kind of assumed that you had to know about it. Shit, I slid on it. Shit. He's over there. Did I get that one too? Yes. All right. Jesus. Where everyone knows your game. Thank you, Phoenix. Please put me there, put me there, put me there, put me there. I was literally like a tile away. I was like one jumpy thing away. Rainbright, thank you for the 1 bit. Did this game blind? Hey, Scoundrel. Did this game blind? It took me 5 hours. That feels very impressive to me. I feel like 5 hours is a true accomplishment. Doing so well. Yeah, killing this guy early helped. Because he blocks you in. Is this game title still Fatal Frame? If you refresh, it should update for you. Hold on, I'll double check though, because now I'm paranoid. It should be fine. Let's see. It says Goose and Goblins for me. Gotta refresh? Yeah, I gotta refresh. It doesn't do it on its own, which is a pain. Alright, good. Goose and Goblins. Goose and Gerblins. It's basically the title it should have. Alright. I can do it once, I can do it again. Okay. Okay, well, not this one though. This is not the run. Just mobile client? Yeah. I think with mobile you gotta like force close it and make it open again. Stuff does not update. Like paying your taxes? I didn't know I was supposed to do it until I couldn't be penalized for it. Wait, what? Feel like lumping up ghosts and goblins is unfair to both. Also, can't goblins become a type of ghost? Unless the game is saying that it's ghost, specifically the type of ghosts that come from goblins. God, that's convoluted. If I had known that I needed to keep the little knife or the spear, it looks like a lance that he's throwing at first, I guess. Oh, okay, we're cheating now? We're cheating, we're cheating, we're cheating. Go down! They should be able to hurt each other. You have to have such a light touch on the controls in this game. It's like playing an annoying what? Light and staccato piece of piano. Yeah, they can attack through walls, but so can I. But they can attack through floors, which I cannot. Bird! Ooh. Okay. Oh, what are you doing there? Ghosts and goblins imply they're working together. It's ghosts and goblins. There's an N. Just a single N. So it could mean anything. Ghosts, not goblins. Ghosts near goblins. Ghosts need goblins. We're gonna solve this riddle in the year 2020. The doomed year. I wonder what they're gonna call this year in the future. I've been thinking about it a lot. Ghosts nom goblins? Ghosts nand goblins? Ghosts heart goblins? Ghosts in goblins? The goblins aren't normally violent, but they're possessed by ghosts. Oh, wait. The goblins aren't? Oh. My #1 jam straight up to the top of the rock charts. That would be my tag team name during October. Alf! Ugh. Alf used to scare me when I was a kid. Did I ever tell you guys this? This is a very good Halloween-y story. So when I was a kid, my brother, for some reason, really liked Alf. He was much older than me. Like 11, 12 years older. And apparently, my parents thought it would be a good idea to buy a fucking Alf doll. It was terrifying. Also, I didn't like that he wanted to eat cats. Alf was afraid of cats? He was not afraid of cats. He wanted to eat cats. And I loved cats. And I wanted a cat so bad when I was little. My dad was allergic, so we couldn't have a cat. For some reason, we had a fucking elf doll. And I'm pretty sure eventually it ended up living in our attic because I was very afraid of it. It might still be in that attic. There could be an elf doll in my parents' attic right now. Eating cats. Can we add Alf, the video game, to the wheel? I don't think I have it, and if I did, I would sell it to someone else who might appreciate Alf. He was terrifying, and I didn't like his weird nose. Hey, leave my dad alone. God damn it. Did your parents get an elf to keep your dad safe from the cat allergens? No. I didn't get a cat till I was 9, and then that cat had a tragic death because it ended up getting feline AIDS and dying. It's probably Elf's fault, now that I think about it. Childhood sucks. Fucking bird. How do you feel about Gonzo? Gonzo's fine. Gonzo doesn't fucking eat cats. And he's not an alien. Well, Gonzo is kind of an alien. No, Gonzo... I'm trying to remember Muppet Babies. Gonzo was like adopted, right? Break time? Bleh. Soon. Thank you, Hydra. Ah. Gonzo is Gonzo. Yeah. Love that the bird can kill a knight of her own. Me too. Thank you, J-Logic. I drink. Gonzo's maybe an alien according to the most recent movies. Oh, I haven't seen any of the recent stuff. Because that actor I hate is in them. The big guy. He was in How I Met Your Mother, which is why I don't like him. He was in the Muppet movies, I think. Ugh. I don't know what his name is. If you said it, I wouldn't recognize it. Sounds like the kitten a friend of mine got. Poor breeder, born with like kitty chlamydia. Aww. No, our cat wasn't Jason Segal. Wait, that sounds right. The dude who was married to Willow from Buffy, but it was on How I Met Your Mother. I'm dead. Seagal? Seagal? It can't be Seagal. Yeah, that guy. I don't like him. Because of How I Met Your Mother. Ruined everything for me. Now I don't even like Willow Lady anymore. What a terrible show. Just beat level 3. The boss scared the crap out of me. I was not ready. Oh, good. Thank you for giving me a glimpse into my future. You think he's funny? That's fine. You can like him. It's because of How I Met Your Mother. It's no fault of his own. Probably. It's my own weird bias. Wasn't he also in that movie in Hawaii with the guy who was depressed? Or as a guy who was depressed? It's blame How I Met Your Mother. It's not my fault. There's no way to like anybody in that cast except for Neil Patrick Harris after that. And even him, you know what? I don't even look at him the same. Terrible, boring show. Rain made me watch the whole fucking thing. It was so bad. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Yes, I hated him in that too. So maybe it is him. Depressed Hawaii Man sounds like a great movie. It was a bad movie. Robin Sparkles. That poor girl. Let's make a whole show where it's me explaining to my kids that I really need to bone their aunt. Don't worry, your mom's dead. I'm mad again. I can't believe I'm thinking about this show. We tried watching this series. It was It's so bad. That by its sounds sounds an awesome show. It's not. These little Moogles are ruining my life. Sometimes they just have that exact pattern. I die every time. What did I just hear? Did my ears deceive me? Wait, what? How I Met Your Mother was better than Big Bang Theory? Big Bang Theory isn't a show. It's a way to trick old people into saying bazinga. Third scenario. Third scenario. Thank you for following. Thank you, thank you. I'm not mentally prepared to start level 4. Yeah, please take a break. I'm not wrong. Most shows are better than... It's not a show! I'm not joking. It's literally like a fucking... Big Bang Theory is like a social experiment to trick boomers into believing and saying stupid shit. That's all it is. The worst thing is I found out my parents were watching it. And they were like, I think they literally said something like, it's so funny. And I think they asked me, like, is this what your friends are? Someone did. And I was like, no, this isn't how anyone is. It's a trick. It's fake. I like How I Met Your Mother and Big Bang Theory. I'm sorry, Eddie. Do you want me to help you find some good shows? I might be able to fix this. Big Bang is so unfunny. My parents watch. See? Parents. It's always parents. I can't believe I fell in that hole. They're not jokes. It's a laugh track. It's a laugh track over nothing. To trick people. It's an excuse to make hot nerd jokes, even though it's not that fucking 90s anymore. But it's so much more insidious than that. Me an hour ago, be nice, don't be mean to me. Me now. Sorry, you have such shitty shit. No. That's not what I mean. I mean, I do like It's Always Sunny. That's a good show. What I mean is, The Big Bang Theory is not a television show. It is a trick made to trick boomers. It's all bad and a fake and not anything. If I just run away from all of them, will I be fine? Old people are easily fooled. Boomers are. Especially white ones. Including my poor parents, who were tricked by the Big Bang Theory. They are, though. Yeah, they are. Which is why the Big Bang Theory exists and has literally... Isn't it won awards? Because old people think that awards mean something. Look at that, tied into my theory. It's all a trick. Just like young people, I remember one of the older dudes, he was in his mid-30s, around the same age I am now, I went to college with for programming, asked me one day if I liked the Big Bang Theory, and I replied, no, never seen it. And he went on and on for 15 minutes about his wife loved it. But we are old people? No. The issue is, ow, the impact that it has on the community that is watching it. Because you're feeding really inappropriate, outdated jokes to people who should have learned in their later adulthood that saying those things saying that stuff isn't okay anymore. Making fun of people who maybe have non-neurotypical stuff about them shouldn't be turned into a long-standing joke about, haha, look at these idiot nerds. Oh, they're so smart though. But look at all their funny quirks. We can laugh at them and keep using the words that we think are okay, like the R word. Let's keep using them. Haha, we're boomers. This show, for young people, it's not for young people, it's for you, says it's okay to laugh at these people because they're laughing at each other. It's okay to keep making fun of the women on the show because they're dating the very smart dork guys. Haha. It doesn't matter that they're incredibly mistreated and spoken down to all the time, which is just how the nerd community is. Fuck women, am I right? Haha. This is a show for kids. We boomers get it. Fuck The Big Bang Theory. Please don't watch it. Once again, it is a trick that was played on boomers to make sure that they didn't have to be held accountable for the way that they talk about certain things. If you like it, I'm sorry. I'm sure you have your reasons for liking it. I'm not telling you to stop watching it, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that either. I have a lot of feelings. I was very upset when I found out my parents were watching that show and feeding into that bullshit. Thanks to Big Bang Theory, I had to stop wearing my Green Lantern t-shirt. That's really disappointing. Green Lantern is fine, you should keep wearing it. That just scared the crap out of me. Anonymous Ghost, thank you very much for gifting 5 subs. I'm sorry that I'm failing at this game now that I'm angry about Big Bang Theory. Subs to Steep Rock, A Nude, Running Wild Vidya, Ocular Pat Down, and 000. Thank you very much. Strange random friend. I really appreciate it. Anyway. Good lord.
For that damn rant.
Thank you, Arrow Hydra, for the $10 donation. I really do appreciate it as I get my body knocked off. Thank you. I've got a lot of feelings about that show. It makes me really frustrated. I'm gonna die to the bird. No good reasons. That show's awful in every way. Captain Lucifer, thank you so much for subbing with Prime Gaming. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you guys resonated with my angry complaints about this show. Hey, Mr. Jawbones. I am ghosting and goblinsing, but I'm not doing very well. What shows do you like that you would recommend? Okay. I'm not a big sitcom person. I didn't really watch them as kids, so please be nice to me. My favorite sitcom is New Girl, and let me tell you why, okay? It is extremely funny and wholesome and good. And Jack Johnson is in it, and he's the most handsome man in the world who isn't my husband. It may help that the two of them are very similar looking and have similar everythings, but still. It's a sweet show about friendship and found family and being someone in your late 20s, early 30s, and dealing with what life is for us and how jobs are weird and how dating sucks, and it's mostly about friendship, and it's very good, and it doesn't do stereotypical dating bullshit, and it's really great. So New Girl is a show that I would recommend. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. Scrubs is also good. I can't believe we're talking about this. Oh, Piece of Hannah, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Spooky raid. How fitting. We're playing, well, this isn't spooky anymore. Still haven't seen Big Bang Theory, by the way. Refuse to watch. Yeah, please don't watch it. If anything, listen to the rant that I had and just don't watch it. Welcome, readers. Hello. Don't mind me, I'm just suffering. What were you playing, Hannah? Are you playing spooky games too? Unprepared raid. He's not allowed to do that. Remember, I thought Jack Johnson was Poe in the new Star Wars movie at first? No, I wish. They're both very handsome. Oscar Isaac is... I have a type. It is the Jack Johnson, Oscar Isaacs of the world. Gotta have a good nose. Curly brownish hair is a very big plus. Short. Yes, thank you. Where did this bird even come from? He's... Alone in the dark? Oh my god, no, that's so scary. This is, you know, we're making the best of it. I'm glad that you're playing something that's... You're just describing right now. His hair isn't curly. Look, I wasn't very interested in many people until I met Rain. And now, suddenly I'm finding myself attractive to... Jack Johnson's. Anyway. Actually, you know what? It was a horrible crime that I told myself I'd never admit, but I'm going to. Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito's fine. Has anyone seen The West Wing? I've been trying to watch it, and I maybe, I'm very into a certain character, and it's not the one that most people would think. It's not Rob Lowe, whose eyes are crooked, and I can't stop staring at them, which makes me a bad person. It's Josh Lyman. I'm a monster. I've become someone who's only attracted to her husband. What's happened to me? Martin Sheen? No, not Martin Sheen. No one can be attracted to the president. Not anymore. I have feelings about Josh. Arrow Hydra, yes! Thank you! The worst part, oh fuck, is that his actor is a bad guy in The Handmaid's Tale. So, and he looks completely different now, like full white beard and hair. And so I was watching The West Wing recently and I was like, it's so weird. The way he talks reminds me of this one guy. It's the same guy. Anyway, kind of like Josh Lyman. I'm only on season 3 though. Anyway, New Girl. I'd recommend New Girl. Scrubs is good. Weirdly, Frasier is pretty good, but you gotta be ready for that shit. And please hate real life Frasier Man, because he's bad. I didn't kill the guy down there. Shit. Alright, now we just... Oh god. That's not fair. That's not fair! I jumped! The guy who is in The Handmaid's Tale? He is a guy in The Handmaid's Tale. I wouldn't call him the guy. Scrubs is too clown aesthetic for me. It grows on you. Seinfeld is weirdly good. But again, all these shows have problems, clearly. But... Sus. I'll take a break after I game over again. Don't touch me. I have strong feelings about Martin Sheen in The West Wing, though. One of the few instances where someone has cerebral palsy. Doesn't he have... Is it cerebral palsy? I don't think that's what it is. It's, or maybe it is. Maybe you're right. It is really great about showing, like, the stigma that comes with having... Shit. I just got to the episode where they had to, like, reveal it to the press. Community is a good show. Mostly. until you get to the last season. Trivia, what is Martin Sheen's last name? I mean, he chose a new name, so I don't care. Estevez, I think? Isn't it? Something like that? I bounced off Community? That's fair. It's definitely an acquired taste. It just reminds me of being it came out when I was in college, so... Granted, I didn't go to a community college, but it reminds me of college. I'm dead. The first 3 seasons? Yeah, you can stop after season 3. That's fine. There are 6 seasons, but really it's only the last season that's really bad. What are other good sitcoms? Yeah, I think New Girl is the only one that I'm really attached to anymore. Granted, it did end, but I really loved that show. I'm losing my mind. Family Matters was okay. Fresh Prince was okay. They were good at the time, but on rewatch, they're not as good as I remember. Plus, they replaced the mom. Next one. Which I never noticed when I was a kid. Because I wasn't allowed, like, I was never able to watch it continuously, so I didn't really understand that they, like, got rid of the cool mom. Replaced her with a whiter mom. Went to community college and they were way more focused on students' learning and success than any university, so the way it treated them as a dumpster fire for losers who can't hack. It sounds like you had a good community college. Most of the friends that I knew who went to community college had exactly that situation. Wings? I didn't watch Wings. Most of these sitcoms I'm naming I didn't watch till I was older. Like adult age older. Becker? I don't know what that is either. Alright. I'm gonna get past this fucking section, goddammit. He's not dead. No! Wait. Herbs palsy? Herbs? Isn't it? Doesn't sound right either. I mean, I believe you. I just feel like they're not using that word for it. The Invisible Man. Thank you for following. Thank you. I liked The Good Place. I like The Good Place a lot. I think the later seasons, I feel like from season like 3 onward, it got kind of too many episodes to do specific plot points, but I'm glad it didn't go for super long. There was another show that I really... You know what was good in the first couple seasons? iZombie was really good. It was very, It was definitely a popcorn show. Herbs palsy? Why don't they call it that in the show then? They call it something else. Hold on, maybe Rain knows. Ha! It's MS. Oh, damn it! Arrowhide just said it right after. But yeah, in the show they say he has MS. Intermittent something recurring MS. It was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy trying to figure out what they said he had in the show. Glad I know. That bird was very fast. Guy was trying really hard to drop stuff on me. I'm stuck. I'm stuck! agree though. It's really nice to see physical disabilities represented in shows, especially if it's by someone who also actually goes through that in real life. Like, in Breaking Bad, the son has cerebral palsy, and the actor did as well. Didn't she say she was gonna take a break? Fine, but if I take a break, there's no break music because there's no music in this game. God damn it. Fine, hold on. Maybe we can play some, I don't know what I have. We'll get some OC remix stuff. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, well, apparently if you don't touch the button, it like... Oh good, my continue's still there. I was about to freak out. You know what? We won't do... I don't need to do the BRB screen. You guys can just look at this. I'll be right back, but I will also... Hold on. I'm doing something. There we go. I needed the text. So I don't want to just leave you guys. Here, listen. Enjoy these horrible sounds. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Get out of here. I'm trying to see what the hell you guys are talking about. You said so much stuff. Think any good show, it goes for decades, will inevitably run into the ground. Oh, you talking about The Simpsons and South Park? I've never seen The Simpsons, don't judge me. I can do this. Hey, Papa. While you were on break, I defeated level 4. Now the true suffering begins for me. I would really like to get here. Did you watch Sabrina? Wait, what? Good start. I watched the old Sabrina, the show. Futurama's a good show, true. Shh. We'll get there, we'll get there. Nobody can take away the fact that you defeated the unicorn. To be fair, he does have a single horn. Good news, everyone. I'm still technically alive. I mean, I'm still technically alive. Look at my little dude. He's still technically alive. Farts! Okay. We derive enjoyment from it as we watch stuff like The Room. I haven't seen The Room either. I'm not a big fan of awkward humor. It tends to just give me the heebie-jeebies. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like that yucky feeling that you get when you get uncomfortable? I like The Office. Not the British Office. The Office I think is quite fantastic. There are a couple things that didn't age quite well, but I think a lot of people pull out specific scenes and go, haha, look how this didn't age well, but they're missing the greater context of, like, they're specifically saying, look how fucking bad it is to think this way, and how outdated already. So, I don't know, I think there's a lot of context missing in that. Thank you, guy up there, for missing. Futurama, Invader Zim, Ren and Stimpy. Ugh. Parks and Rec? Parks and Rec is great. I can't hit you from up here. Oh. Parks and Rec is fantastic. Shit. The first season can be a little hard to get into, but once you're past that, it's like your favorite show ever. I've rewatched it. I've watched it 3 times, I think. I think I'm the only one who likes The Office except Michael Scott. You don't like Steve Carell's character? That's what I love about It's Always Sunny. Fuck you, you little son of a bitch. So this one's gonna, yeah. They say really bad things, but it's in the context of showing how ridiculous it is, linking it to horrible people. Used to watch it. Futurama with your grandpa when he was going through cancer treatments? Aww. The Good Place is wonderful. See, lots of good shows. Firefly's good. If you get over a lot of the bullshit. Like, why is everyone... If we're in a future universe in which the 2 main languages are, like, what, Mandarin and English, and everybody on board is speaking, like, random okay-ish swears in Mandarin, why are there no Chinese people in the show ever? So Joss Whedon is a mess. I say as someone who used to who likes Buffy and used to read Runaways, even his terrible stint in it. They did an honest trailer for Firefly recently. Ooh, I kind of want to watch that. I don't really watch a lot of... I'm gonna call it fucking jump button. YouTube content. Like the honest trailer or, you know, whatever reviews. But I kind of want to... I think I would watch that. Oh my god, are you guys talking about the dog episode of Futurama? The saddest episode of television of all time? Remember the first time I watched that episode, I cried so much. At like 2 in the morning. Shit. I'm dead. We're gonna call it the foot jump button. Futurama has some really good episodes. It's weird because I really, really loved that show and I watched it as it was coming out, and then I never had any... I never wanted to go back and watch The Simpsons. I've never had the urge to watch The Simpsons. I have no desire. Even though I know people, like I have good friends who love that show. I don't see why you'd ever watch it. It doesn't look good to me. And I don't know why I feel that way. I know why I didn't watch it as a kid. It's because I wasn't allowed. But why do I still not want to watch it? What happened? Oh, come on! There was nowhere for me to go. Fox stole Futurama away from Netflix. It's not on Netflix anymore? Oh, that's sad. Your parents instilled a hate in you. They watched it. Alright, everyone's spamming blind, so I'm not gonna look up anymore, but... please no hints or spoilers. Thank you very much. Futurama still on Hulu? Oh, okay, good. Fucking son of a bitch bird. See, that's the thing though. Everybody's like, oh, The Simpsons is a great show, but don't watch this season and that season and these episodes and that season too, and make sure you skip that one, and but don't watch any after this one. I'm like, I'm not putting that much effort. If I'm not gonna watch Dragon Ball today, skipping around, do you think that I'm going to watch The Simpsons with that much effort? No. I'm not watching it. I've seen 2 episodes. They were both Halloween episodes because my coworker made me. See? Just watch season 3. No. No, thank you. You know what's the worst about these purple poop guys? Their mom heart tattoos on their biceps? Yeah. I bet they go to the Salty Spittoon. But I belong in Weenie Hut Jr. He should not have been able to throw that. Just watch whatever you want? Exactly. Except the Big Bang Theory. Not watching Dragon Ball Super? I don't care about Dragon Ball. I was a Sailor Moon kid. Dragon Ball was in fierce competition. Fucking bird! In fierce competition with it. And by competition, I mean... basically, you either had enough time in your life for Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball, not both. I'm gonna kill everybody in this video game. I want to imagine at some point that first hit mote is gonna be replaced with solid bones. Good! Let me use past me. Now me. I think I just need to keep going. Sailor Moon animations had a level even today's series can't reach. Yeah. Current Sailor Moon Crystal bullshit it just looks so bad. I don't really enjoy 2010's onward anime aesthetic though. At all. It's very not my jam. You fucking bird. What do I do? Yeah, Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card, I felt had the same problem of animation, where it was all very... I don't know, it's like... super gross looking to me. 70% skeletons, 20% dude in boxes, 5% dude in armor. There's some gems if you look around. Mob Psycho for one. But see, that's a completely different... That's using a different art style, which I think is part of my issue, is that they're taking everything and... I don't want to say making it look homogenous, because that's always been... there's always been styles, right? That's not the issue. I think I grew up with 80s and 90s anime. And so I like that style, and nothing looks like that anymore. And the new stuff is just, like, unpleasant for me to look at. That's not to say it's bad. I'm sure it's great. Except for Sailor Moon, which is, I think, objectively bad for the new stuff. The writing is just horrendous. Somehow they took out all the jokes. And then also changed the content that's supposed to be from the manga. And then, like, how can we make it worse? Take away the comedy and make it more serious. Great. Can't stand anime past like 2005. The most recent one I watched were all Ghosts in the Shell on Netflix. The aesthetic leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know. I think it's okay to have, you know, old preference. I'm kind of jealous. I wish that I could watch new stuff and not be frustrated by the way that it looks. All like everybody's a weird... Everybody looks like they have fucking gum-gum arms. Like they're all Luffy or something. Gum-gum arm and legs. No thank you. Ow. Catch up with me so you can show me the way. Jill, we both know you're better at these games than me. Couldn't get into One Piece. I tried so hard. For like 2 years. Episodes of seasons 1 through 2 of The Simpsons that are good. I don't know what to do with this bird. Yeah, One Piece is a hard thing to get into. It's an acquired taste on like a billion levels. And I think a lot of the people that enjoy it have been reading it since the, 97 is when it came out or something? So, you know, they just gotta keep reading it. There's no effort involved. But there's like, I think they broke 1,000 individual issues now, so... It's certainly a commitment if you want to get into it. I know quite a few people who are very into One Piece though, and they seem very happy, and I want to get there. Oh, it's close to breaking 1,000. I know it was past 900 last I checked. Hey Rezo! The manga's up to 3K. Eh? Wait, 3K? Whatever that number is not what I'm thinking. I read a good chunk of it. And then I just, like, every time I drop off somewhere. Kimi no Nawa? Oh, your name? I haven't watched that. I watched one... I watched one by Kyoto Animation, most of whom were the main people on it are gone now because of that attack, but it was about a deaf girl and her bully, her childhood bully. It was really, really good and heartbreaking. But it was a movie, it wasn't a show. Kyoto Animation starts a new series in October. Ooh. I'm glad they're able to continue. I can't imagine going through what they went through though. And then continuing to work there as a company. This game is nightmare hard. Think I'm hopping out. Oh, thank you, Shadow Ninja. I will try very hard. If not, I'll do my best. A silent voice. Yes, a silent voice is the one with the young woman who's deaf. It was so good. And I did a lot of research on JSL, which is Japanese Sign Language, for my old job. And I used to know the alphabet and I knew a couple things. Because I had to write an article, I had to revise and then write extra for an article about it. Continue? I don't know, there's a continue. But yeah, silent voice is very good. Especially if you're interested in any type of sign language. Or just like really good storytelling in general. It is quite sad though. Hajime no Ippo has 13, 15. Ah. Gathering that one of the key differences between this game and Friday the 13th is that the game has understandable goals that's easy if you're doing better. Yeah. Friday the 13th, I still am not sure what I was supposed to be doing in Friday the 13th, honestly. Lighting the campfires, probably killing the Gorgon, or the mom head. Something, don't die to Jason, something. And a silent voice is animated well because it's done by Kyoani. Shit. Should I just jump on his head? Is that viable? Go with fucking no. You can't jump on the ladders, dummy! I'm so... Must have been a different version because this game doesn't usually have a continues feature. It's the NES one? What version doesn't have continues? Since when are there none? Rain said that they're... Ugh. Thank you for the 100 bits, Dad! Dog bits! That's what I thought too about continues. Rain told me that there would be none, and then there was. There's a continue button here, so I don't know. Japanese one has a secret continue feature that requires a button combination. Oh. I don't know, it's just right here, so I'm using it. Welcome, Pokemaniaco, maybe? Hope you don't suffer hard. I'm fine. I'm beyond suffering. Well, that's the wrong way to put it. I'm fine. We beat Fatal Frame today. I couldn't be happier. I'm just pleased that I'm not afraid anymore. Pokemaniac? Oh, okay. Thank you. Mine had continue, could be different versions. Maybe. When we're done, I could pull out the cart. We can take a look at it. I don't know if there's anything special about it. Wrong about the series. Instead of Kyoto Animation releases a movie on Christmas Eve, Violet Evergarden the movie. Oh. Oh, I recognize that name. Don't think I can beat this. It's okay, Joel. You can tap out. I believe in you. I don't believe in me, though. The longer we stay here, the longer we aren't being spooked. Exactly. And that's why I'm terrified to spin the wheel again. Also because my other monitor may have just turned itself off. Succeeded in this, but I don't know how hard it is. Ah. Beat this in the arcade and wasted a crap ton of money? Rezo! I know the arcade version, they probably turned off the continue on that, if it even existed. But the NES version definitely has a continue. Maybe it's like a newer cart or something? It could be like a second printing maybe had it. We were looking at the two versions of Super Mario World that we have, and one of them is different than the other. Like the label... Shit, I thought I still had it. There were, I think, 4 versions of Super Mario World that were printed, and one of them is a, maybe 5. One of them has a, upside down Nintendo label. I don't know, we might start something new today. I'm trying really hard, but I don't know if this is beatable. But I feel bad tapping out of something else during this wheel. Completing games in the arcade constitute, yeah, as much as buying, probably more than buying the game. Keep almost hitting start instead of continue, right? I feel like I've gotten so close to beating this part though, and I just keep getting stuck on stupid shit. Like, I crouched and he's turned around, and I don't know why he turned around. Nobody here beat it, so nobody can judge you. I beat it, but I don't judge. Thank you. You do have a really bad weapon, so go ahead and spin the wheel if you want. You guys just want to spin the wheel. I already fucking set up the NES. We're getting something out of this. It's such a... How did I do that? I wiggled off the edge. Like watching someone run a speedrun. I would never be able to do a speedrun. I'm incredibly inaccurate with things. My memory's not very good anymore. I'm an old... Are you gonna kill me? At least I was making... Like, this reminds me a lot of Castlevania, but at least in Castlevania you really make progress, you know? At least in some ways, if not all, like others. Yeah, but I definitely enjoyed Castlevania more. And I was... An invincible fucking bird? I hate these birds so much. the birds are constant. The moment a bird disappears, another bird appears. Birds? No. No birds. No ghosts? No birds or Moogle ghosts. Did you see me get sucked underneath the moving platform and then just get pushed down? I can't believe it. Yeah, my character got like stuck there. Now I'm dead. Fucking birds. Hey, Yoshida. Yeah, I booped myself up again, which would have been fine, but there was too many things up there. I'm gonna get to the next stage. I don't care if I beat the game. I have to be able to beat this one section. For my own sanity, please. Ah, shit. I know I can do this. I've been close multiple times. The game just needs to pull bullshit on me. I would not recommend anyone try to beat this game. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just stupid. If that makes sense. Like, it was clearly designed just to be as obnoxious as possible. And once again, I really think the creators did not think at all about how the player would feel. Like, they didn't think about what the player's path to victory would be. They thought about how can we stop them from winning. And that's it. So it's not really designed in a way that's meant for you to beat it. It's meant in a way for you to be sad and suffer. Look how fucking close I was where that stupid 2 is. Yeah, it's specifically for you to have more quarters in their machine. Which is, you know, if that's how they wanted to spend their days, I'm sure they're very rich now. But we all know they're going to become a ghost and be sad. Because that's what Fatal Frame taught me. Something, something, you're a ghost, haha, it doesn't matter. Nope. Go squat somewhere else, sir. It's... Oh, the fucking ladder got me. There are so many reasons why this is terrible, and most of them... Like, why does it take so many hits to kill them? Whoa, whoa. Why are the birds so hard to hit? It's just bullshit reasons. It's a poopily designed game for poop. We're getting there much more consistently now, though. Bones for the bone mode. Our map screen music keeps almost syncing up and it's really weird. Teamwork, Joel. Teamwork. Give me your energy. I always love the map presentation in this games. I honestly do think the map is probably the coolest part of this. The fact that you can actually see... You can actually see, like, what you are doing and where you're going. And it makes sense. It's not like just... In Castlevania, it was just, like, long hallways and stuff. You can't have it. My energy is safe for the wheel spin. Almost got you, too. Aiming for realism, birds are hard to hit with fire. Still wondering how the company with the most obnoxious controls in their early games now makes the best, most natural, intuitive feeling. I mean, it's not the same people. And the tech has changed. Companies are just names. It's the people. I said that like I was going to kill someone. The last old one left kept... At least I don't have Kacho hand yet. I can do this. I counted wrong. I deserve it. Oops. Okay, video game. Please. I'm giving this video game half an hour. In a half hour, we spin the wheel and do something else. How's that? Unless I get past this section, and we're playing it still. Take it to the wheel. Bird almost killed me. Fucking birds. I didn't kill this guy! Ah, shit. I was scratching my nose and the bird got me. That little jingle music reminds me of Castlevania as well. Too high. Do we have a death count? A million. A million billion. I should keep this on the wheel. I'm dead. Should keep this on the wheel so we get tortured again. Really, I just want all the fucking NES stuff off the wheel so I don't have to keep setting it up. It's such a pain in the ass. It's huge, too. And I have to change all my Streamlabs settings to make it work at all. Yeah, I deserve this. Game makes Dark Souls look like a cakewalk. I don't know why people think Dark Souls is hard. It's just a very different type of game. Towel in 30 minutes? Yes. Well. 20 25 minutes. I want to kill every bird in this video game. Tired of getting stuck when I duck? Yeah, because you have to like press up again if you duck and it sticks. So that's not the controller, it is the game. Thank you, Joel. That makes me feel better, knowing that it's the game itself that's being a piece of shit with that. Think we could be playing Symphony of the Night. Everyone even... I mean, I was trying to give it a good go. If the wheel wants me to play this game, I should play it, right? As the wheel commands, we must follow. See, in Fatal Frame, they listened to... Actually, I don't know who told them to do that weird ceremony. How would they even know? Old books? We listen to the wheel. That's our death cult. This is bad. Shit. Oh, okay. Hi. What the fuck? Oh, they're clipping into each other's... the birds, man. I don't have like 1 second. It's the birds. Bird! See, I just got stuck in that duck. Sometimes you just duck getting off of a ladder. What did I do? You can't wait there. The birds will kill you. Okay. So I had to jump onto it. All hail the hypno wheel. Do you at least like Fatal Frame? No. I did not enjoy it at all. It's a good game. It was very scary. I hated it. I never want to play anything like that again. I'm sure it's very fun for people who like, I just didn't do anything because I was on a ladder. I'm sure it's very fun for people who like scary games. I'm never playing a game like that again. I will die in real life. The second game is even better. Good. I'm glad that you got to enjoy a second game of that. Congratulations. I love the last one. Maiden of Blackwater is the best horror game you've ever played. Good, good. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Ugh. Yeah, no thank you. I know some of you, like, enjoy the scared feeling. It makes me wonder if people who like scary things have never gone through something really, really scary, and that's why they like it, because they've never been real scared. That's probably not a thing, though. I'm sure people who have been real scared have been like, yeah, I liked it. And our project proposal, running a couple loops of twine through the disc's holes and hanging it. I know what you're saying, and it could be partially true. It's probably too much of a simplification, though, of what the real dealie is. Like, I used to not mind gory things until stuff happened in my life. And then I stopped being able to look at gore in movies and stuff. I was suddenly like, I would get really nauseous when I saw it. So it makes me wonder if it's something like that. Though everybody reacts differently to things, so it's possible that, again, that's like an oversimplification or just something that certain people experience. Whoop, bird! Holy shit. There's something to that, especially with humor. Interesting. What? 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 That one didn't make sense to me. I was standing on the thing, and I got like sucked along the edge of it and pushed underneath again. But this time it was like clearly me underneath it. But I don't know why. I don't know how that happened. You got stuck on the side of the platform. It's a bug. I am beating this level. Keeping the fireball at the bottom of the screen is a real fireball we need to dodge. Me too. I'm glad it's not just me. People who live in this town really need to work on their infrastructure. Yeah. I can absolutely do this. It's just like the most bullshit shit keeps happening. Though that's kind of the definition of the game, right? Definitely thought I killed that guy. Oh hey. Go that way. Thank you. I'm stuck! Get stuck in the fucking ladder again! I classify body horror more as weird transformation sequence. The body horror is fine. My issue is gore. And scary stuff. I can't watch like Saw. When I was a teen, I could. But sometimes shit happens in real life, and you get older, and you realize, oh no, my god, I can't. I cannot look at that again. Calm, deep breaths. Video game. The Gretchen Hostel I could never watch. See, I could never watch that today, but I did watch them when I was a kid, a high school teenager / college age, whatever. Anything by Eli Roth can go straight to the dumpster. See, I used to really like E.T. on the Wheelspin, 15 minutes. Unless I beat this, and then never. I really liked Cabin Fever. Feel betrayed. Spoil said he's making fun of me now, too. Oh, it doesn't feel very good, does it? Shame them, Jolv. Be nice to each other. It's the #1 rule. You guys aren't allowed to be mean. Looking at the thumbnails and clip share, I'm convinced it's the only level. Yeah, it is. It's the only level for me. I deserve this. This game sucks. Is the is where I am right now. It's just not a good game. I think people probably play it to try to like one up each other. It's literally a, hey, I suffered through this. You're not cool like me. I suffered through it. You should suffer through it too. But you probably won't be able to. It's really a test of how much free time do you have. Because it's not like you have to do anything smart. It's not like you improve. You're basically just fighting the game's really, really mean, bad AI. And nothing matters. What's happening to me? I know what I said was really pessimistic, but like, where's the lie? Played it because I had it. I'm stuck! You becoming a true gamer. Everyone's a true gamer. If you like games, you're a fucking gamer. I hate that term. You're playing a bad game from 1986. Not every game was cruel, but a lot of them had cruel parts to them. It's like, okay, so this is what, my fourth NES game that I've ever played. And it's pretty easy to tell which games are good and were good, and which games were never good. Zelda, good. Castlevania, good. Friday the 13th, not a game. This, bad. Just they're not good! It's so easy to tell when one is good because so much time has passed, and if a game was great, it's still great, you know? You can't take away the greatness of something with time. You can take away your understanding of it with context, right? If you remove the context. Did you ever beat Friday the 13th? No. Because it doesn't make any sense. Also, I've never watched a Jason movie, which is apparently required to understand what the fuck is going on. So... yeah, we tapped out of that one. Yeah, my current feelings about this game are, it's a cash grab, clearly, and people who think of it fondly were probably kids, or, you know, they didn't have the context, right? The greater context that we have today, so we can recognize that this is not great. There is better. We figured it out. We figured out the combination, and this was not it. I'm sure a lot of people loved this. A lot of people really, really, really like making sure that they can like input all the buttons the best way and like be the best at thing as they can compared to anyone else. Accomplish really hard challenge. Like that's a lot of people's goals is to be able to accomplish a really hard challenge that not many people can do. That has never been my goal. Oh, I think there's an invisible wall up there. Because it happened again. I like hit and then suddenly dunked straight down. Took forever between game releases back then. I think we were thankful for games that we kind of took a while for its difficulty. I mean, that's kind of a part of it, but this game is very clearly made for arcades, it doesn't translate well to console. Shit. Mario on NES was better than this. The biggest problem with this game is controls are bad, right? The second problem is its spiteful game design, also true. I would much rather go through game design where it's meant to be difficult, but you're meant to use your brain to figure it out, where there are recognizable patterns, like Castlevania, where the goal is that you eventually get better and persevere and are able to do it and feel really good about it. Whereas this is, there's nothing here for me. What happened there was you landed on the edge of the second platform and walked off of it. I don't think I landed, but maybe I did. I don't know. It looked like I smacked right into the building that is supposed to be in the background. Embrace the AI chaos. I don't know. I don't really get enjoying this type of thing. Maybe this is similar to horror. Maybe it's also like some people really like feeling the frustrated feeling. But isn't frustration a negative feeling? Just like fear? Isn't that supposed to be tied to negativity? If so, why do you guys like this stuff? It feels bad. It's bad feeling. What is it? What's the psychological like link that I'm missing? Fear is something to conquer? But it's not real fear. It's avoidable fear. So it seems nonsensical to put yourself in a situation that would invite fear that you don't need to be in, right? Like, that's an illogical thing. The victory is much sweeter when the game isn't designed to be won. I think capitalism has done something to a lot of people. A lot of mean things. To a lot of our brains. To make us feel like we should struggle to enjoy something. It should be hard. Etc., etc. I don't know how I feel about this. God, I just walked right into that. Maybe splitting hairs, but frustration is a normal part of design. I mean, in much a milder sense, where it's opposition to the player's path that can quickly be overcome. I say that in a way akin to stress, that it's not that stress in and of itself is bad, but excessive stress. But there's such a thing as bad design, right? Curious about how Celeste would be received? As far as I can tell, Celeste is extremely forgiving. And once again, it's designed to be an analogy for overcoming something, right? Overcoming something emotionally or mentally taxing. So if I'm understanding that correctly, there's a point. This doesn't have a point. The point of this is to make money. So you can read into it all you want and be like, well, it makes me feel this kind of way. And that doesn't mean that you're wrong. Because if something makes you feel that way, if anything makes you feel a certain way, you're not wrong for feeling that. Like me wanting to kill every bird in this video game.
Imagine if it was a quarter a play.
Thanks, Dad. I know, I would have taken all your money by now. Do you guys have super ghouls and ghosts? I have an SNES one, but I don't know which one it is, because I didn't realize there was more than one. You don't need to at my dad. Watching you play and stuff. He knows. He's my dad. He probably played this in an arcade. I actually had to give up on Celeste because I'm bad at games and it was too hard for me, but I think he'd like it. First of all, you're not bad at games. Second of all, it's okay to give up on stuff. Celeste is super good and the assist options are absolutely golden. Assist options are very nice, and more video games should have them. It's also critical that Celeste has side option difficulty. The main completion path is difficult but reasonable, but constantly tempts the player for additional side challenges. I've heard a lot about Celeste, and I think I know too much about it to play it and appreciate it at this point, which is a bit disappointing. Too many people have told me too much about it. And Rain played it. I remember when it first came out, he played it on a plane. And I looked over very often to see what he was doing. Bird. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Nope. Oh, okay. That was really bad bird timing. It was too late. Basic movement in Celeste is so fun that you'll probably enjoy it anyway. Yeah. I feel like a guy in full armor should be immune to birds. You'd think, but apparently they're special birds who are anti-armor. You know how they have anti, like, something something tanks? These are anti-armor birds. Maybe they're not even real birds. Maybe they're just tiny demons with wings. Could be like a Yubaba situation. Or Howl. He got to throw another one. Played it recently, having heard a lot about it. It's still a good time. Celeste. Oh, no worries. You guys are totally fine. It wasn't you at all. It's my fault because I watched a GDQ run of it. So I know the whole ending part. Because it sounded cool. And then I watched a Taz run. So I kind of ruined it for myself. And any time a new game comes out, Rain plays it. And then he tells me everything. So... part of why I don't play new games. Because I already hear about everything about them before they're even out. Because when all your friends are indie devs, you hear about every indie game. And when your husband makes video games for a job, you also hear about every single fucking video game. You had 3 red devils attacking you at once. Jolve. Let yourself turn it off. But yeah, I watched it. It's my own fault. I'm sure Celeste is great, but I ruined it for myself. Hearing about a game isn't the same as playing it. When you hear about it from game devs, you don't want to play it anymore. Not anymore. Shh. Go down, go down, you stupid squatting turd. He's gonna die. I can't get off the ladder. Ah! Pretty excited for the new Stardew Valley update. What could they possibly be adding now? Yeah, I know that hearing about a game isn't the same as playing it. But if you had someone explain an entire book or movie to you, including everything they thought was wrong, the history of other ones that came before it, everything that it could mean, what the reviews they're getting are. No thanks, I don't want to play it anymore. Wheel spin time? You're fine. I couldn't get past it. I'm a failure. I'm tapping out. I'm sorry. I'll try it again another time. For example, I was chatting with a local game dev and she said Slay the Spire was a game she wished she'd made. What? You can leave it on. I can't because I need the plug. Goodbye. I think it's a difference of the types of people we know, but it's totally fine.